Hello and welcome. If you want some very exciting motorsport action, you're in exactly the right place. This is ARX2. We've got rid of the supercars. It's just these pocket rockets about to go into the semi-finals and the final. So you're all the way live. We will crown a champion in round 4. They're waving at us in the background here. And Bucky Lasek, it's an extraordinary thing. We've had heavy rain for the last 2 hours, as if these guys weren't feeling the pressure enough to go into a semi-finals and a final.
Everything you learned is out the window now. Now they're in rain setup. I believe either full sway bar off the front of the car, probably rear sway bar on full loose or probably off the car. Tire pressures are probably a little lower. And you're going to your rain setup, and these guys don't know what they're driving right now. First time on the track, I would stay off the blue groove personally.
Okay, the blue groove is the what? It's the clean line?
It's the clean line that normally they're racing. The dark dirt is the blue line.
Okay.
That's all the rubber's laid on that. Now that's going to be slippery. It's going to be like driving on ice.
Okay, so and what do you think? They're going to be cautious, or are they just going to go flat out?
Does this look like cautious?
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's go and see.
Is he going to be cautious?
So let's see this. So obviously you can see very clearly that they're on wet tires because there's a massive hole. So these guys don't hold back.
No, they don't. They're going hard into turn 1, and they're gonna find out if it's got any grip or it doesn't, and they're gonna probably find the back of each other very quickly.
Okay, it's gonna be very exciting. Bucky, we need to send you to the commentary booth, which is quite a long way away. So if you head that way, thank you very much, Bucky Lasek. And we're about to get the this first race underway, semi-final 1, with Cole Keats and Conor Martel at the front of the grid, and up there waiting for Bucky in the comms booth is Andrew Coley.
I am, and I've got a guest with me. This is Dan Rook. So if you've only been watching America's Rallycross this weekend, Dan is the co-commentator on the World Rallycross Championship, which joins us this weekend. And Dan, you're also runner-up in RX2, which is the World Championship support category, same cars that these guys use in ARX2. Wow, complete change to track, and it's going to be really hard for them.
Yeah, it's going to be super slippy. I think this type of surface, it does get really, really loose, and these guys are going to be having to be so careful coming into turn 1 off of the start here, because nobody knows what to expect.
No, indeed. So, right, we're going to take a look at the action from earlier on. You can take a look at the back of my shirt. How about that? So these were the guys running out on track when the weather was dry earlier on today. And, yeah, you can see decent pace. And, Dan, you know, the blue groove, Bucky was talking about that. The blue groove is looking wet from here.
Yeah, there's a lot of standing water out on the track we can see from the commentary position, and the guys are going to have to try and avoid that. Obviously, the first few people through are going to be the ones doing the feeling for everybody else, and we're going to see some interesting fights. You know, we've already seen a lot of contact with these guys in the dry, grippy conditions. So
yeah, I think we're going to see even more in the wet, aren't we?
Yeah, chuck in some heavy rain and some standing water, and you've got yourself a messy fight.
Well, you definitely won't see any dust. Let's put it that way. Nobody has run on this track in the wet at all. Period. You know, so we were here earlier this year. Temperatures were in the 130s, I think it was Fahrenheit, way 39 Celsius. It was super dry, and you know, all these guys ran in the dry there. They ran in the dry up at Canada. I don't even know when the last time was most of these guys ran a wet race full stop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these guys in the ARX, they haven't had, you know, wet races. You know, fortunately for some of these guys, they also race in the World RX2, and you know, they would have had experience in the rain this year. But for some of the others, not so much.
So Martel then has been doing a reasonable job today. This man Alex Keys as well had a P1 and a P2. And then a P6 in Q3, but that was enough to put Alex into second. It was Cole Keats who was at the top of the timesheets. I'm pretty sure it was Cole that I spoke to yesterday. We'd had some work done on the car, a new gearbox. They felt they'd had some problems during the course of the season. And that was Conor Martel with the hammer down, hammer time. This was Fraser McConnell up the inside of Keys. It was exciting stuff, and we got ourselves all the way through just before the rain came to the knockout qualifying standings. Look at that. Oh, lovely. It's like the Serengeti, but with some rain. And I'm not David Attenborough, am I? You know, so it's yeah. Sorry, that's an English TV reference for you. So Cole Keats taking the TQ from Keys, Martel, Anderson, McConnell, Big, and Brooks, Karpov, Pecoy, Rimmer, getting championship points despite the fact he was a DNS today. Didn't feel too well. Odd numbers go semi-final 1, even numbers go semi-final 2, which means you won't see 5 cars in semi 2. So say Rimmer won't be taking the start. Here we are, Bucky's here. So Bucky's just made his way up to the commentary box, and he's going to thank you very much to Dan Rook. A bit of insight for us while we were waiting. And Bucky's back with us now. Bucky, this looks super treacherous. Did you get a run in the buggy after it rained or not?
No, it actually got rained out, but they did send one. The first heat went out. My heat got canceled, but the guys did run, so we did see what is in store, kind of, for these guys.
Well, terminal understeer was what looked like it was in store for the buggies. It just looked so slippery.
It's going to be the best slow racing you've ever seen in your life.
Okay, well, looking forward to it. So we've got 2 semi-finals to go, and then after that, a final. And this, of course, rounds up the action for today. Five cars on the line, ready for semi-final number 1. Let's take a look how they stand before the start. Cole Keats and Connor Martel on the front row. Martel with 3 wins from 3 this year. He's put himself in a decent position to continue that. Christian Brooks, P2 in the championship, is on the outside of row 2 with hard charging Fraser McConnell on the inside. Bringing up the rear, Travis Pecoy. So Brooks with 3 seconds this year, Martel with 3 wins. Martel didn't have an ideal qualifying, P3, P6, but then P1, so the form has come back to Martel just towards the end of today's action. Remember, it's a double header for these guys, 3 qualifying sessions, semis and finals today, and they will do the same again tomorrow. I'll tell you what, Brooks' car looks like he's done a bit of damage, done a hard battle already. Look, Martel off the line down towards turn 1. Look how close they get to each other. Now they've got to try and feel out the braking zones. More grip, I would say, than they thought on the inside, maybe less grip than they thought on the outside, Bucky.
Yeah, it looked like it kind of hooked up pretty good, but right here is where we're going to see how is it right here. Look at McConnell on the outside, looking on the fluff there, getting out of the groove. Not too bad. He might be able to make that work later.
So you think he's actually looking for grip there by going offline on purpose?
He didn't have anyone tucking in behind him. He was able to go outside, check the outside line. He saw how the line was on the inside. Oh, we have a problem.
Oh dear. So pulling over to the side of the road, Keats has gone. Cole Keats, who was leading this one, that is really, really disappointing. So Cole Keats, your top qualifier, going backwards down the pack. And you're looking at Fraser McConnell leading the cars coming through, and they've gone through there really committed, Bucky. First lap out, I'm impressed with how hard they've charged into that narrow section.
It's looking good. I thought it was going to be more messy. It's looking really good. It's looking racy. The track still looks racy. These guys are taking a different line on there. You see that really, really outside entry. These guys are racing really good. So the track is better than I thought it was.
Yeah, there's more grip than I thought there'd be in the background. They can see McCoy loose on the brakes, but holds on to it. Christian Brooks is still in there. Keats' car right on the line, so they're going to go around the outside. Okay, it's not quite on the line. That's lucky. Because the last time out they weren't allowed to use all the runoff. This time they are. So, look at Martel gathering it up in the background.
Martel is putting the hammer down. He's trying to close that time right now on McConnell.
McConnell leading, but McConnell hasn't taken the Joker lap. Bear in mind that the Joker lap is a high grip F1 spec tarmac. We don't really know the difference.
He got a red flag. Red flag.
Okay.
I think his Keats is in the way there.
Okay. Well,
if you're broke, you just stop in the middle of the track.
He was offline there for me. I think that one could have continued personally, but there you go.
I don't know why he was out there like he was. I think he was just trying to give it a go, and then the car just finally quit in the worst spot.
Yeah, but you know what I mean about... Okay, we restart, we're hearing, probably for a full race distance. Complete rerun of that one.
Re-rack him.
Okay, well, poor old Keats. That's really annoying, isn't it? When you've done the hard work and you've stuck the car on TQ, and then this happens.
Yeah, it's devastating for him and the team. They had a fast race car. I don't know what happened. I can't even tell what happened. He just kind of, just the power went away.
It's got to be mechanical, hasn't it? No, well. Opening up the hood, and that'll be because underneath there, I wonder if they realise that pretty much the whole of the front end comes off the car, you know, and then they're going to find a way to attach some straps to that, pull it on, get it recovered. We can get this show back on the road. There you go. It's like a clamshell bodywork over the top. There it is. Well done, lads.
Full composite front end there.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a look back at the start while we wait for this car to be recovered. And poor old Keats, look at him. He's front left on the grid. Good reaction time from him. Martel too. They were absolutely side by side. Look in the background. You've got McConnell, Picoy. So McConnell, this was what I mean. They kind of went a little deep, but not that bad. And then around the outside, a little bit more understeer maybe. Picoy was all over the back of Martel. Martel just kept it tidy. A few people exploring. Keats was exploring the line. Sorry, not Keats. Brooks was exploring the line out on the outside there on the paint.
What happened to Keats here? I have no idea what happened to him.
Well, it looks like he just comes...
Just quit right there.
Yeah, look, you see, and it's gone. At this point, you see, now doesn't know which way to go. He's looking in the very small mirrors, trying to stay out of everybody's way.
Spotter's probably just in his ear. Keep it straight, keep it straight.
Yeah, look at the standing water in the background too, Bucky. So these guys will be running wets for this, won't they? I mean, really, you want proper standing water if you're going to run the Cooper wet. But on this occasion, I think enough rain there. They're thinking it's a good idea to take it anyway. McConnell going deep. You were saying out in the fluff, looking for a different entry line.
Yeah, I'm not even sure it's necessary to do that because that big puddle there.
Yeah, well, they seem to be hooking up well anyway, don't they?
Yeah, I think they could just stay on the racing line at this point. Opening up, it's just going to have someone's going to dive in on you. You open that up, someone's tucked in.
Yeah, someone's going to get up the inside, aren't they, and force you wide. This was the next lap when the car was stranded there, and I imagine that's when race control looked at it and said, you know what, we're going to have to do this again. Unlucky, you know, a shame for Cole Keats. When you take the top qualifier spot, you've done all that hard work in qualifying, and then you get a mechanical in the semi. You know, when it was going well, what do? You know, well, what can you? Nothing. You have to go back to the tent and try and get the car re-prepped for tomorrow. Yeah, get it ready for tomorrow. Today was a write-off for him. It's a bummer. The weather is nicer. Looks like we're clear, so hopefully the racing continues. The line is definitely, the racetrack is pretty fast, I would say, for just downpouring. Oh, look at that. Okay, re-gridded already. So now we are just waiting on that car to get out of the way. Marshall holding the drivers. And this has fallen perfectly for that man, Conor Martel. On the front row now on his own. What was that sign? That was a new sign for me. Towing. Towing. I'm quite
Let the drivers know why they're sitting there.
I like that. It's good. Towing. Back out now. Look at Brooks's car. Brooks obviously saving a new body for tomorrow, I imagine. Especially in the wet conditions when you're not sure on the grip, you think there might be a bit more contact. Probably quite sensible not to put a new piece of bodywork on.
Might be some walls in your future.
Yeah.
Some carnage.
Yeah. Okay. Thumbs up then. Martel on his own on the front row. If he gets a half-decent start, he should move straight to the inside to cover off Fraser McConnell. Be interesting to see what Fraser does this time. If he gets a good launch up the inside of Martel, obviously he'll go for that. McCoy at the back, Brooks on the right.
Martel.
Yeah, brilliant. Brooks lost the start big time. I think you'll see McConnell, McConnell's on a hard charge round with McCoy, look, down into the first corner. Sorry, McConnell's gone, McConnell goes standing back. Yeah, so McCoy and Brooks go around the outside.
McConnell got a really good run on Martel right there. Martel kind of pushed out wide. Look at McConnell getting aggressive on the inside. Martel's going to hold the line on the inside and make McConnell work that outside line and see if it'll get a little over-under on him.
Can McConnell find the traction on the exit? Doesn't look like it. So they're using the paint bucket, and the paint can be risky in these wet conditions. It doesn't look too shiny.
No, not too bad. It's actually, the Joker actually looks to be getting drier as right out in front of us, we have a good view of it.
Yeah, the wind picked up, hasn't it? And the wind, plus, you know, the temperature, despite the rain, yeah, if this was rain in the UK, it'd take hours to dry, but here, really, the temperatures are still pretty high, aren't they? You know, this is still shorts and t-shirt weather. I think the track will dry quite quickly. Interesting to see what stage it's in tomorrow when we come back to Supercars with ARX and World RX, but Martel leading at the moment.
Look at the windscreen of McConnell. He cannot see anything.
No, and that's the beauty, isn't it, of the whole shot in dirty conditions like this, is that, you know, you've got that advantage of being able to see completely clearly in front of you. There's silly things, isn't it, when you're slightly sideways and you're looking through the side window, you just don't have that accuracy when it's muddy.
No, I mean, you're flying. I mean, you're driving so fast right here. You're on edge, and you can't see out the windscreen, and you're racing someone. It's intense. The walls get closer.
McCoy and Brooks, as you can see, have jokered. McCoy is 4.2 off the back of Martel. I think they've got enough time to joke and come out with
McConnell sends it in too hard. Noses it into the tires. He's stuck.
There we go. Buckley's spotting that outside the commentary box. You can actually see the commentary box in the background there. The sponsor tower off to the left of that big screen at the end of the gravel run after the jump. A lot of the fans have headed over towards the concert arena because, of course, Ludacris is playing tonight. So that has really taken the pressure off Martel, and that's... Sideways for Brooks. Brooks brushes the barrier to McCoy, sideways through there. Martel through the joker lap in front of the commentary position. He's absolutely miles out in front, so Martel's done this easily. McConnell, though, is going to lose out, so McConnell about to rejoin as well. So it's a shame for Fraser McConnell, and that's wide, so McCoy goes wide. And Brooks gets through, so we're going to get our two championship protagonists are going to go through for row 1 and row 2. It's going to be Martel from Brooks. There you can see in the background, it's hanging off McCoy's car. McCoy dropping a place.
I think McCoy got caught in his mirrors, maybe. Brooks got all in his mirror. He overdrove the corner. Brooks slid inside there.
6 laps, remember, for the semi-finals and the final. Only 4 laps in the qualifying races.
Look at that sand from McConnell in the background. He is flat out trying to catch up to
Yeah, really wants to try and take P3, doesn't he? I mean, there's still time bucking in these conditions, but it's much more... McCoy's
made
a mistake.
Look at that.
So McCoy makes a mistake. McConnell's got a run on him on the way down towards the hairpin. McConnell has a look up the inside. McCoy is wise. That shuts the door. He's on the bar.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yes, McConnell's absolutely tidy move. McCoy ran the car out deep, used the bar to turn it in. Interesting, completely different line look from McConnell on the run up into the right-hander bucket. He's way off, and that's looking for grip.
Yeah, he found it. He found it. If you got the confidence to try it and find it, and it works, good on you.
You can see Martel there as well with locked rear wheels, so the handbrake much more useful, isn't it, in these conditions? Where in the dry, you try and keep it tidy and carry the speed. They're having to use it to rotate the car here.
Yeah, I mean, there's times when you don't want to use the handbrake because it's super slow to send the car sideways, but in conditions where the car's not rotating, you got to grab the handbrake.
McCoy's struggling there for traction, definitely. Martel going to come through and take this one. Great drive by him. Restarted semi-final number 1. Falls to Conor Martel. He won 3 rounds so far. Can he win 4? P2, Christian Brooks, his championship rival. P3 goes to Fraser McConnell with a great recovery after a problem in that race. So it's McCoy who doesn't make it. McCoy coming round to the finish line now. And I think a problem there for McCoy because he's on a real go slow as he comes past us in the commentary position. There's your winner of semi-final 1, Conor Martel, 417.1, 6 championship points. So taking another point off Brooks. Fraser McConnell in P3, and then McCoy and Keats was a DNS. Of course he was, because of the rerun. It was Keats who was recovered from the lead before he had a mechanical in the first running of semi-1. So this was the start. Good job by Martel. McConnell too, so it was McConnell and McCoy up into... OK, so McConnell decided late, didn't he? When he lost out to McCoy on the run up to the joker, he turned right.
But look at the run he had on Martel there.
Yeah, to be fair, even though he was late in, he got the car straight.
He got more grip hanging on the tarmac there and was able to get a good straight line through there.
So McConnell, I think, for me, the guy who's explored most lines there, and that could stand him really well for the final.
Bit of
McCoy
contact
and
there.
Keats, yeah. But yeah, that could stand him in good stead for the final because, you know, we saw him take the inside line on the tarmac, we saw him take the outside line on the dirt. That was McCoy running wide and Brooks getting through. And then McCoy just went backwards. So this, look, is Fraser McConnell. Now watch, he lines him up on the brakes here. He doesn't actually take too much of a dive on the brakes. There's no contact.
He gets a nice little flick, which rotates the car perfectly
Lovely.
inside.
Really, really good car control there, Bucky, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. High five. I'm going to definitely give him a high five for that one.
High fives all round. Well done, Fraser McConnell makes it through with Brooks and Martell.
Great job, semi-final win, but tell us just how difficult was that track?
Oh man, that's probably one of the hardest races I've ever raced right there. It's really hard to be so patient after driving a dry track all day, and then you have to go out there and go like 2 miles an hour. So, you know, it's a lot of fun. You're slipping and sliding, but it's going to be a crazy final. I know that. We only have 10 minutes, so time to hurry up and get back out there.
Yeah, go get it fixed up and get on the final.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's happy, maintained a brilliant winning record and come back on form just when he needs it. Semi-final number 2 on the front row, Alex Keys and Scott Anderson. Keys has been on form this weekend, a P2 and a P1 in Q1 and Q2. Scott Anderson next to him, 4th, 7th and 2nd. Cabot Bigham and Matt Karpoff. So Bigham had a best of P2 in Q2, Karpoff a best of P7 in Q3. So I think we should be in for a decent fight here between Anderson on the front row in the middle of your picture and Alex Keys on the inside. Watch for Bigham in the background though, and we got a jump start. Okay, Bigham moved, but whether or not he was the first to move, to me, Karpoff on the right. Look at the jump start centre line down on the floor underneath the centre of his car. And it's Karpoff, you can see from the top, shows a jump start, but that's the sensor in the middle of the road there, in the middle of the car. He's just nudged it forward. He's the first to go, so he's the only guy that gets penalised.
Now, since he's on the outside there, is he getting a time added, or what do they do there?
He'll go double joker still,
Double
so he
joker.
has to do a double joker. Henk down there telling everyone where he wants him to go. Go on, Henk. Stand in the jump start centre back up, reset the cars. They often push them back, Bucky, don't they? Because it's not easy to move a competition car a couple of inches back into position. With the clutches on these things, they just don't like being manoeuvred like that, do they?
No, I'm not sure about these cars too much, though. I don't know too much about these RX2 cars as far as reversing them and all that, but I think
You just
it's
know
better
you
just
don't
to give a
want to be
push.
reversing racing
The
cars,
clutch,
do you?
yeah,
You know, like,
nah,
never.
nah.
In fact, they're moving all the cars back, so a few people nudged away there at the start. Restart for semi-final 2 as well.
I had to look to see where the sway bars were located on them to see if they were hooked up or not.
Were people taking them off?
Yeah, a lot of them just disconnected them.
Just to
Some-
give the car a little bit more roll and generate a bit of grip?
Yes.
Yeah. Rears as well, or just the front?
Some of the guys had them on full soft. Some of the guys were running no bars at all.
If you're watching from Europe, sway bars are what we call anti-roll bars in Europe. But that's another cool piece of terminology. I enjoy sway bars over in the USA. Right, here we go. Good to go again. Watch for Keys and Anderson. Hopefully we get away clean this time, and we do. Good start by both those two guys. Cabot Bigham in the background. Who's going straight to Joker? So Anderson has gone straight to the Joker, around the inside. Cabot Bigham has slotted in behind Alex Keys. So it's Keys and Bigham here. Look at that. So Bigham's trying to figure out the grip. Of course, these guys now, Bucky, have got to do the same thing. They'll probably have had a call one from their spotters saying, look, the grip level's okay.
I wonder if Anderson was able to get any feedback from his teammate, Connor.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Quick radio call to say, look, there's more than you think up there. Interestingly, well, we saw Anderson, didn't we? Not Anderson, sorry, in the previous race. McConnell not using the full width of the tarmac down there. At the minute, everybody is using the full width, so I wonder who will explore those extra lines.
Wow, big rotation for Anderson.
Sideways, holds on though.
I have a feeling that was a full lock pucker moment for Anderson.
Yeah. Yeah, doesn't want to go in the wall. Not now. The team don't want to be repairing that car. Not only would he have missed the final, but he'd have given them a ton of work to do overnight. Keys leading. nicely.
Very
Runs the
clean.
car out, yeah, so right over. And then here, look, Bucky, they then move across as far as they can towards the gravel trap to square up the last corner.
Keys knows tarmac. I know that. He's a karter, so he's a road racer. He knows the line for wet.
Yeah, you can see the car there loading up and unloading through the long right-hander. Sideways again, looking losing time. Cabot Bigham through the first corner. There was a car width or so out. Now Cabot Bigham to me looks like he might be again exploring for different grip options there, but
Keep an eye on Keys though. No rotation in the car whatsoever.
just doing it really tidy.
Just driving it nice and tidy.
Yeah, you see Bigham again moving the car around a lot on the way in.
And look at the gap Keys is putting on.
Yeah.
2.5 seconds.
Frustrating when you're the second place guy and you're trying everything in your book and
You
actually,
overdrive. You end up overdriving.
yeah. So
And
what?
that's why you have the spotter in your ear, and the spotter is there to calm you down and put you back on your pace.
Just wind it in and just say keep it smooth, keep it tidy, keep it straight. Again, see sideways and out in the dirt.
No sideways.
Yeah. Keys putting on a decent display here. Bigham 3.2 back, Anderson 8.1 off, Karpov 12.9 back. So Keys qualified second. I say 1 Q2, was second in Q1, sixth in Q3. Laying down a marker here for Martel, isn't he? To say, look, you're not going to get this all your own way. Christian Brooks as well. Quite looking forward to seeing Keys versus Martel on the front row. Whoa! How did he hold on to that? Cabot Bigham with a super sideways slide. What you seeing, Bucky?
I'm seeing times here. Right now, Keys is at a 40, and Martel is at a 41.
Oh!
So Keys is faster than Martel right now.
Karpov's pulled off after hitting the wall, or is he trying to turn the car around? Yeah, trying to turn the car around. That's up at the finish section. So yeah, Bucky looking at the timing screens, and yeah, you know, the lap times that Keys is putting in are ahead of Martel. Do you think the track's developed, or do you think he's got a better feel?
I think from looking at his car setup, he is driving it so confident. I think his car is just faster right now.
Absolutely bang on the money with the settings then. Keys being run by Robbie Bull. Whatever they've done to that car, and he's absolutely hooked up. Look at that. You just know it looks good. You know it'd be good to drive, don't you?
Look at his hands, super smooth, just feeding it in.
And there's just that lovely amount of rotation, isn't there, where it constantly rotates, it's not doing anything. It's not knife edgy at all. It's got a big operating window.
Yes, very smooth looking. Really fast through this section coming up.
Keys through the right and the left.
Look at this car just hook up through here. Look at this.
Yeah.
It just changes direction so nice.
And then look, super smooth slide out over the line for Keys to take semi-final number 2. Going to be Bigham who crosses the line, P2. And Scott Anderson comes across in P3. So it's Karpov who hit the wall and is still out there circulating. Here he comes. So Matt Karpov won't be making it through, but he's going to finish his semi-final in style anyway. Go on, Matt, send it.
Back it in here for us.
Yeah. Well, he backed it in a bit too hard a minute ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, super tricky.
Oh,
yeah,
he is still
yeah.
getting it.
Yeah, go on. That looks a little bit looser in the rear, doesn't it? Maybe they back the roll bars off a bit more on Keys. Whatever they've done to it, I think he's going to give Martel a run for his money.
Keys are looking super fast. His team did a great job on that car. I know it has a fresh motor, but I think it's a little bit more than that. He found a really good wet setup.
4:12.2. Yeah, 5 seconds faster during in terms of the race duration compared to Martel's time. Cabot Bigham, Scott Anderson going through. Bigham, in fact, on a similar pace to Martel. So we could have a good race on our hands for the final here. Saturday at Kota, double header for ARX2. This was the run down to the first corner. Keys just hooking it up on the inside. And just immediately, you know, didn't even really like he was feeling for the pace, Bucky. Look at his lap times, you know, 40, 40, 40, 41, 40, and then 43 for the Joker. Like, really, really impressive. Ooh. Hold
Big
on
send.
tight.
That was awesome.
Hold on tight. Yeah, good job.
Whoa, here it is, yep.
Okay, yeah, that was Karpov while you and me were analysing the times. Karpov was in the wall, unfortunately.
Yep, a little slippy there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Calm and collective. little Saturday
not
drive.
using much lock, you know, just a little bit of lock.
I bet you he has his hand on the handbrake just to unlock the diffs, but he's not using the handbrake. He's not
just there,
engaging
just a little
it.
bit,
He's just.
And also, when you know you're not going to be catching a wasp, you know, inside the car, arms going all over the
Woo!
place. He's all like, it's just literally from here to here, super smooth.
He's got the car working. He's got the car working really well. His hands weren't over the place. He was just driving, casual drive.
Fantastic. Right, Neil Cole is down in Conor Martell's garage. This is the point of the day where everything needs to be re-prepped super quickly. So Neil's going to go down there and give us a little report from Martell's team as they re-prep the car.
Yeah, frantic activity here. The hood has just gone onto Conor Martell's car. This is Dirtfish, who I think now have 3 cars in the final. But look, what a great opportunity to see what is under the hood of these supercar lights, ARX2 vehicles. Now, just have a quick word here, actually, because we've got Fraser McConnell. There's Alistair McRae, legend. Yeah, good, thank you. That was a pretty exciting race to watch. How did it feel to drive?
It was really good. We were right behind Conor the whole race. We had the pace in the wet, but the mud was everywhere, so I had the washers on the whole time, and then the washer fluid ran out. So it was just caking everywhere. The screen was full of muck, and I couldn't see much. So turning in one of the corners, turned a bit too early and rubbed the nose on the corner, and that spun me out. Took me a while to start the car and get it back in reverse, and then the spotter told me there was quite enough laps to get back a spot in the final, and that's what we did, and we're happy with that.
We can see the difference between the car that hasn't raced yet today and the car that has. If we come over here, come with me, Fraser. This is a very unique opportunity for us to see what's going on under here. I mean, there's almost no time between the semi-final and the final. What kind of changes can you make, having learnt what the track is like?
I mean, right now it's a wet setup, so we can't really do much. Everything is super soft. The car is getting as much grip as we're trying to fight for grip. But the alignment was a bit out, so that's the main thing we're focusing on, and kind of just trying to neaten up our lines and know where's fast and where's not fast.
And now, obviously, you're going to be racing against teammates in the final. Is there a team strategy, or is it just maximum attack?
I mean, everyone's going to be going for the win. But yeah, we have a game plan, and we're going to go out there and try to execute.
I mean, none of the other drivers are watching, so what is your game plan?
I mean, first place. I want to get on the podium for the ARX. I think it's due, and I'm going to go out there and give it my all.
Awesome. Now, what does it do to your mindset? I mean, you're young, but you've got 2 championship rounds in 2 days. Like, today we will have a winner, first, second, and then tomorrow it all starts again from scratch. How do you get yourself mentally prepared for that level of activity?
Yeah, it's definitely a long day where I'm in the gym a lot beforehand, so the wear and tear for the driving doesn't really wear me out for the next day. So, but we refresh, we have a new mindset for the next day, a new approach, and given that we do well in this race, we're going to throw that all out the window and come back tomorrow with a fresh mindset and new game plan.
Probably a clean car. I'll let you go and get prepared. Because they're all shouting, so I think that means they're nearly ready.
Okay,
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, buddy. So yeah, let's have a look. If we back up here, and this, if you look behind you, Bob, that's what's going to go on there very shortly. So they do not have time to even clean the car. The windscreen is clean. Hopefully they've refilled the washer fluid, but frantic activity, but all under control here at Dirtfish. Let's see if we can just grab a quick word with Conor. Could we grab a quick word? Of course, you've had a little bit of a chance to calm down after that race. Have you had to make many changes? Was there anything broken on the car?
No, nothing was broken, luckily. All we changed was the exhaust on the first lap of both the races. We had a lot of nudges going into the first turn, but other than that, the car's perfect, and I think we'll leave it for how it's going to go out now, and it should be drying up a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you sort of had to judge your braking distances and how slippy it was for your first semi-final, but it has already evolved since then.
Yeah, it's very difficult to drive on a dry track all day and then torrential downpour and then go right back out and try and win a race, because you don't know where exactly you're going to have grip or not. But you know, it's all about feeling it out on the first lap, and that's what we did, and we were able to, you know, keep it in the right line.
Just a thought that maybe in the back of your mind is that you could win a championship here this weekend?
Yes, yeah. There's definitely a lot of pressure this weekend, more than I've ever had at a race. So, you know, I'm trying to keep it together, and I have a lot of confidence. We've been dominating. So, you know, it's time for the final, and we have a good starting position, so we'll go out there and just drive.
Okay, all the best. Good
Thank
luck.
you very much.
And kudos to you. It's impressive what you do out there. Look, they have actually done a little bit of cleaning, so you can sort of just about make out the logo there on the front of the car.
tough part of the day, Bucky. The gap between the semi-finals and the finals is the shortest turnaround. In fact, they were, I wouldn't say lucky, but we had Q3 earlier on. It was actually going to be Q3, super tight gap, then the semis, super tight gap, then the final. We had a huge thunderstorm, and they actually paused the whole event. So they had a decent gap between Q3 and now, but now it's 10 minutes re-prep. And, you've got to re-prep as a driver as well.
Yeah, luckily there wasn't too much damage to the cars. I don't know if Keats is going to make it out. He's pretty much gone.
Yeah, no, he's gone. So who have we got? So Karpov has gone with a spin. McCoy made a few mistakes. Keats, of course, a DNF. So 6 cars through. 3 from each semi-final going through.
Funny thing is, how important is windshield washer fluid right now?
I know, yeah, super important. Neil was saying they need to refill. These cars only have enough washer fluid basic to run the wipers for 6 laps. Yeah, they don't want to carry any more because it's all weight. But re-prep, and of course they'll try and clean the car for the sponsors' logos, but it's it's not high on the list compared to sorting out all the damage, Bucky.
I think the track is going to be really racy again. It doesn't look like there's a lot of water spots out there. It looks clean, so I think it's going to be good.
Okay, cool. We're looking forward to it. Neil Cole's down marauding around the paddock trying to find us someone else to have a chat with while we give these guys just a little chance to get the RX2 cars re-prepared for the final. We can take a look at the track conditions, so let's take a look at how it's developing. That's turn 1. On the inside, you can see the gravel section is looking still wet. Whereas the outside, the tarmac, to me, Bucky, I mean, it is damp, but it's, this is super high grip tarmac, of course, because they use this place for F1 and MotoGP.
Yeah, I think the grip is there. I don't know if I would go and change tires or anything like that. I don't know what I would.
No, I'd be interested. There's a tipping point, isn't there? So that's worth talking about. There's a tipping point between a wet and a slick, and people think, oh, you'd never use a slick if it's damp, but you would. You really only use a wet when there's puddles.
I tell you what, you can make up a lot of time in that Joker if you get some grip.
Yeah, because there are no puddles out here now on the tarmac sections, the sealed sections of the track. But on the other hand, the greasy, muddy sections of the track like this, look, you can see we've still got puddles here. So it's tough.
Is there any possibility that you could just run the Joker every lap?
Well, you see, we had that earlier in the year in the World Championship where the Joker was faster. I mean, a few people tried it. The stewards had a word pretty quickly afterwards. Neil Cole has found Kevin Eriksson from the World Championship, who's had a lot to do with these ARX2 cars.
Yeah, so I've been running around the paddock from the ARX2 paddock, and I went into the main RX paddock, and I found Kevin Eriksson. Kevin, this is such a good format, such a good category of racing car, and you know it very well, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've did a lot of years in RX2 back home, and I also did 1 year here over in America, 2014. So, I mean, in the Supercar Lights car, the ARX2 class, that's kind of where I learned how to drive. That's where I became me, and that's where I made a name for myself. So I always like to follow the guys that are racing now to see who I should look out for in the future. And
for people that are unfamiliar with this support category, just talk us through the spec, because these are not just kind of small, sort of timid beasts. They're very powerful, like mini supercars.
Yeah, I mean, it's built to be a mini supercar. You should learn how to race a supercar. It's still 310 horsepower. It's 100 kilo less weight than a supercar, so it's kind of lighter car and a little bit less horsepower, but you still have the 4-wheel drive. The engine is in the rear though, which is a bit different, but it's much faster. I mean, when I came to supercar, the first thing I complained about, like, the light is a lot quicker in the corner. Can you do that again? But it's a very, very fun car, and for sure in wet, I actually think it will be quicker than supercar on a lot of tracks.
That's interesting, because these guys who had not had any wet running at all this weekend, in fact I think not even all year so far, had to go out there and do that without any chance of testing the grip level. So first of all, were you impressed that there weren't more major incidents?
I mean, it's very, very tricky. I mean, it's a brand new track, and you go from making 3 heats in dry, and you have the break, we have this major rain, so it's like a completely new day. It's a new race. You just kind of need to forget how it was and just start from zero, start from scratch. But there was some crashes, but that always happens. But everyone seemed to be, they kind of felt it the first lap, and they were progressing all the time. So the final will be interesting to see.
Now, obviously, we're here for FIA World Rallycross as well as ARX and ARX2. Talk us through your day today, because it looked like you were going pretty well. You got your first ever pole position, although it was from a draw. But yeah, it looked like a good day for you.
Yes, it was. We were back in the game. It was fun again. I could fight with with the top guys. The lap times were, are even better than the results. I've been 6th and 8 or 9, so I mean it's not bad. But I know I can find more. We just gotta sort out the starts a little bit better. So unfortunately, I kind of gave away a start here from the inside. So, but I feel I'm in the game, so I will do my best tomorrow.
It's really good to see that. And what's great is that you are a real product or an example of how this support category breeds supercar drivers who are very talented. And, given the right equipment, you could easily be beating the Johan Kristoffersens of this world.
Yeah, I mean, this class, it shows. So you have me, you have Kevin Hansen, you have, Cyril Raymond that is coming. And, supercar, what's good with this is that all the cars are the same. You get the best driver. Supercar today, it's tough. Like we are in a private effort, and we're trying, but it has the factory teams, they've always took a step, but this year they took a big step, and they've been quite much better. But I feel everyone is trying to catch up, and we've been working very, very hard in Allsperr MSC to do that, and finally we feel like this could be something.
Okay, good. Well, I know you're keen to watch this final, as are we, so I'll let you get back on your bike and disappear, and we'll hand you back up to Andrew Coley in the commentary booth.
There we are. Austin in the distance. In fact,
That's our
the
hotel
Fairmont
there.
Hotel. It is, yeah. It's very nice. The Fairmont Hotel was, fair to say it's an event partner, but I have to say I think it's a very, very nice hotel.
I should be able to see the track from my hotel.
Yeah, we should. I need to see if I can figure out where the track. I might be able to see it from my room. I think I'm on that side. Here we go then. These are the championship standings as they are now. So this is after their haul of points for qualifying and after their points for the semi-finals as well. So Martel came here with 83 points to Brooks' 76. And you can see they've both added points to their tally. So what was it? What's 76 to 83 is only a 7-point championship lead. And now he leads by 12 points. So, done a good job there, Martel, to get ahead of Brooks. In terms of Brooks, back to Keys, because Keys is on form now. This is still to play for. Martel's in the strongest seat here, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure.
Another round tomorrow, so there's another 30 points up for grabs. So 103 minus 30, you can see that any of the top 3 can take this, but it would require Martel to have an absolute shocker.
Yeah.
Here we go, on the grid. Drivers getting in. 6 cars for the final. There's Brooks. Firing those engines up. Getting ready for one last fight today, and then a fairly big job, I'd say, for the guys overnight, Bucky, to get these things re-prepped. Yeah, they're dirty, and they're going to need to clean them. A dirty race car, you can't really see what's going on with it. They don't have time now, but they will want to clean those cars and re-prep them ready for tomorrow, because you can't see any of the little issues which you might spot with a visual check.
Yeah, they won't look pretty, I'm sure, but internally they will be a brand new car. These guys will have these cars back to brand new overnight.
Martel moving across to the outside. So that's because Keys, who's on his inside and won the other semi-final, Keys qualified higher than Martel. So that means that he gets the inside line. Look at that. That's commitment to dirt right there. Cleaning the car with your hands. Anderson going to roll up to the line. So Alex Keys on the inside on the pole. Conor Martel on the outside. What Martel will do from there, whether he'll try and force it to the inside. What's your money on, Bucky? Does he force it to the inside, or will he go Joker?
I think he's going to go Joker.
Yeah,
Unless he gets
6 laps. He doesn't want to end up behind anybody slower than him, does he? But what do you reckon? I mean, all the guys in the final are quick, aren't they? You're not. It's not like ending up behind someone in a random heat where you're like, oh man, I wish I wasn't stuck behind this guy. But
yeah, I think honestly, Keys is going to get a good start. Martel has had the starts of his life pretty much every time. There is nothing on the outside that the first turn has to offer, so I think he's going to give it a good look, but I think he's going to go into the Joker.
let's see then. Going to launch him off in just a few moments. Alex Keys, brilliant drive in the semi-final to take the win. Took his first podium, second run at Canada. And Conor Martel on the outside. 3 P1s this season. 3 wins. So is Keys going to get his first win, or is Martel going to make it 4 from 4? Cabot Bigham and Christian Brooks. Brooks, who is second in the standings at the moment, 12 points off the leader. Scott Anderson and Fraser McConnell on the back row of the final. Lights about to go out for the final time here on Saturday. A smattering of fans in the stands. The rest of them are already round at the big party for tonight here at COTA. First time the World Championship has been here. It's the second time for America's Rallycross and ARX2. This is round 4 of 5 for these young drivers who are hoping to move up to supercar in future. Ready to race light comes on. They're all going to hit the limiter. There you go. Bring the noise. Bring the wheel spin off the line. Oh, really even start the front row. Conor Martel probably not going to be able to turn it into turn 1. Alex Keys is going to take that. Martel takes the the Joker lap around the outside. Martel, tiny look, doesn't run wide.
Yep, staying inside. Let's see if he can reel these 3 guys in front of him in.
I think that's
force him into the Joker.
It's a good move. It's a good move. Yeah, McConnell up in the back of him, but Martel there was really sensible. He almost looked slow on the brakes. He was so early, Bucky. He was the only one of the 3 drivers not to run the car wide.
He's already caught the front 3 pack, so Martel is looking good right now when these guys go into the Joker.
He really needs them to Joker early though now, doesn't he? Because Keys out front, we know, is absolutely rapid in these conditions. Oh, and that's going to play into Martel's hands too, surely. Martel though looks like he might drop back a little bit.
Yeah, he's not being so aggressive. I think he just wants to finish the race at this point. I don't think he really has anyone to fight with right now until these guys take the Joker, but at least he's got a clean track in front of him. Keys is just walking away right now. Nothing in his windshield. We have, who was that in second there?
Oh.
Anderson into the wall.
Contact with the barrier on the outside. We've got barriers lying in the middle of the track now. Martel's still holding on to P4, and he's gone up the inside. So Martel now making some headway and chasing down the leaders. If you were Keys' spotter, there's a bit of me that says Joker him now, don't give Martel time to catch up, but then you don't want him in traffic with mud all over the screen, Bucky. What do you do?
No, keep Keys out. Keep Keys out. Let him go last lap on the Joker. These guys are fighting behind him.
So it's going to play into his hands, isn't it? Martel
yes, it is.
Up in 3rd place now, right up underneath Anderson. One of his dirt mix teammates, so he's not going to do anything silly, but I wonder if they'll move Anderson out of the way, Bucky. Anderson is P5 in the standings.
I don't think anyone's going to move Anderson out of the way except for Martel.
So Martel, will he make a forceful move? Will Dirtfish make the call?
McConnell!
Oh.
What a save there.
They'd have been pleased with that in Formula D. He got great start points for going that near the wall, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this, seriously, this is an absolute masterclass. Whatever the settings are on Keys' car, these guys are going to want to know, because that car looks beautiful to drive. Look how close they are to the wall, Bucky. Everyone behind is hanging on for dear life, and Keys is driving away like he's walking the park.
McConnell fighting for 4th right now.
Having a look, so McConnell goes out deep, trying to turn it in on the inside.
Oh, Brooks threw it in under McConnell. McConnell goes wide, touches the wall.
Oh, just about hangs on. See the polystyrene fill barriers there. I'll tell you what, McConnell
is on one right now.
Maximum attack award, 100%. Sending it absolutely everywhere. Cabot Bigham yet to take the Joker, dropping down the order, so McConnell will get him, but
he's 5 seconds out ahead. If he keeps it clean, he's walking away with this.
Conor Martel unable to get past Anderson in a minute. I have to say, he doesn't look particularly quicker than Anderson either. You know, you could say, look, is he being held up, but I don't think he is.
I think he's waiting for an opportunity. He'll take it, but otherwise, I think he's just tucking in and just keeping his racing clean, keeping his car nice and tidy.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to put any work, he doesn't want his guys to work too hard tonight.
No, nice no-risk strategy. Got 1 lap left to go. And there is your leader. You can tell he's the leader, Bucky, because he's the only guy we can see the stickers on the car. You know, he's going to take the Joker lap now. In tidy round to the right from Keys. Have a look at this. He is not going to be challenged in the remotest bit of the Joker lap merge. Look at this.
So Martel,
look at that, yeah.
Martel will get Anderson on the Joker.
Yeah, finally Martel released to P2. So Martel, unless Keys makes a big mistake on this last lap, Martel is not going to get his 5 wins, but I don't think he's going to be bothered, Bucky, because he's going to have his championship head on. Here we go then, last couple of corners for Alex Keys. Just done a fantastic job. P2, P1, P6 during qualifying. That put him P2 overall. Cole Keats DNF'd in his semi, but don't take anything away from Alex Keys. He smashed it in his semi-final, and he smashes it in the final here. Alex Keys takes his first win in ARX2. Brilliant, brilliant drive. Conor Martell, the championship leader with 3 wins so far this year, takes P2, and Scott Anderson crossing the line for 3rd. Great drive from McConnell. Gets P4 in the end. Maximum attack start to finish. But there is confirmation of the result. Keys with the win, 8 championship points. Martell, Anderson, McConnell, Brooks and Bigham. And Martell taking another 3 points off Brooks with that. So the championship lead goes up to 15 points. And that's with tomorrow's action still to come. So we have 3 qualifying sessions, semi-finals and a final tomorrow for the final round, round 5 of ARX2. Martell going into that with a 15-point championship lead and a car that looks in fine form. But I tell you what, the form man is Alex Keys. Bucky, what a drive.
What a drive. Look at that car. So clean.
Yeah.
His driving style, so clean. This guy is on one.
Yeah, really, really, really good. Really good drive in both the semi and the final.
He had a couple bad races a few times, a few races ago, but it seems like he got back on form. They got that car sorted out.
And then, good for the championship. He's in P3, in the standings coming here. And here we go. This is where he is now. So, look, Alex Keys moves to within 10 points of Christian Brooks, while Martell moves 5 points further away. So Martell with a 15-point lead, 30 points up for grabs tomorrow, 16 in qualifying, 6 in the semis, 8 in the final. Christian Brooks on 93 has a 10-point lead for P2 over Alex Keys. So has Alex Keys got his eyes on 3rd? And Anderson, could he take a podium spot here in the final round tomorrow, Sunday at COTA, Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas, USA. Good racing from these guys.
Yeah, really good racing. Brooks went out wide there on the Joker.
Look how knife-edgy the other cars look, though, and that's the thing, is it compared to Keys' car, like they all look like they're all hang on, understeer, massive oversteer, snap. But yeah, out front, Keys, take nothing away from him. The car set up brilliantly, though.
It looked like an easy drive for Keys.
Yeah.
In the back, we have McConnell here, sending it
everywhere.
Oh, he kept it clean on that one, but he did send it later on in this race.
Oh, my goodness me. How lucky was that to get away with that?
Here it is. Here it is. There you go, all you drifters out there. That one's for you.
Cleaning off the rear bumper there. Around the outside, a few of those plastic barriers, look, exposing the Armco at the start of the jump, but nothing exposing any chinks in the armour of Alex Keys. That was a fantastic drive today, taking his first ever win in ARX2.
So, Alex Keys, you are the winner of round 4 of ARX2 here at the Circuit of Americas. How did you do it in that final?
Man, I mean, we've had a great day today. We were quick in Q1. We missed first practice, so we started off like that, but the team is so positive. I've never had such a positive team behind me, and that really is what pushed me ahead today. Car was great in the rain. I knew Connor was back there, and I was a little worried about him, but, ran a good race, started off in first, finished first, perfect day.
Well, you get a trophy, which is being presented to you by Nikki Storber of Cooper Tires. Congratulations. So there we go. We have first round 4 in Circuit of Americas, ARX2. There's your top 3, but they have to do it all again tomorrow. There will be one entire round, round 5 of the ARX2 Championship, and it'll be here at Circuit of the Americas. Hopefully it won't rain quite so much, but hey, it was fun and it certainly made the racing very interesting. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow for ARX and ARX2 and World RX. So that's all happening here at the Circuit of the Americas. Thanks to Bucky Lassick, Dan Rook and Andrew Coley up in the commentary booth. Thanks to everyone in the TV team because we worked through a lot today. So well done, and we will see you tomorrow.